back. You're watching Left, Right and Centre. No chief ministerial candidate yet for the Congress ahead of the Punjab elections. And it already appears to be Channi versus Sidhu, with each leader making noises on the need for a face. But their take on this is diametrically different, as you may expect. Is this going to emerge as another problem for the Congress, which has faced one crisis after another in Punjab? Let's listen in to what both leaders have had to say.
ਉਹ ਭਾਈ ਸੀਐਮ ਬਣਾਉ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਨੇ ਕਹਦਾ ਮਿੱਤਰਾ ਕਿ ਹਾਈ ਕਮਾਂਡ ਬਣਾਉਗੀ ਸੀਐਮ ਹੂ ਟੋਲਡ ਯੂ ਲਿਸਨ ਟੂ ਮੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਐਮਐਲਏ ਵੀ 5 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਬਣਾਏ ਸੀ ਐਮਐਲਏ ਬਣ ਗਏ ਜਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਡਿਸਾਈਡ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ
सिद्धू यही कह रहा कि कैंडिडेट दे दो पिछली बारी कैप्टन दिता जित गए सी उस तो पिछली बारी दिता नहीं दिता तो हार गए उस तो पिछली बारी दिता सी जित गए सी उस तो पिछली बारी नहीं दिता हार गए सी ऐतकी दे देना चाहिए.
All right, well, joining us now, Charanjit Singh Sapra of the Congress Party, Smita Prakash, the editor of ANI, joins us, as does Manjit Rai of the BJP. Thank you both very much for being with us. Mr. Sapra, let me come to you first. Now, yesterday, Charanjit Singh Channi said something interesting. He said, and I quote, "Whenever the party has not announced the chief ministerial candidate, it has lost. So why isn't the Congress, therefore, announcing your chief ministerial face?"
See, Vishnu, let me remind you that no party in Punjab as yet has announced a chief ministerial candidate, whether it is BJP or Akali Dal or Aam Aadmi Party or any other party also. I feel there is still time, and probably at the appropriate time the decision will be taken. And I don't think so that this is going to be a bigger issue in the Punjab election. Congress party, all the leaders will work with absolute synergy, and
but they aren't really doing that, are they? Because, you know, you've got Mr. Channi making these remarks. Whenever the party has not announced CM candidate, it has lost. He's focused on the CM candidate name. And yesterday, Navjot Singh Sidhu said it will not be the leadership of your party. Instead, it's going to be people in Punjab who are going to decide. This has become an issue, sir. Whether your party has announced it or not, both leaders are talking about it.
No, these are the independent views of both the leaders. There is democracy.
So what is the synergy that you're talking about? I understand these are their individual views, but if you're talking about synergy, then shouldn't both of them say that our party high command will decide at the right time, and that I am not necessarily the right choice of chief minister, it depends on the party? Because that's typically what one hears.
Vishnu, the synergy is that the Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi is absolutely working for the people. Right. Since last 3 months, we have been watching the way he has been taking decisions for the people of Punjab, whether it is reducing the electricity bills or waiving off the earlier electricity bills of the farmers, or giving a 11% DNS allowance to the government.
And Mr. Sidhu is working for the party as well, or is he working for himself and his hope to become chief minister?
No, that's fine. Everybody has an aspiration to become the chief minister. But what I am trying to say that the Congress party in Punjab is working with absolute synergy. The chief minister is doing his job. The party president, Navjot Singh Sidhu, he is designated with a particular job to strengthen the party, which he is doing at his level.
Okay.
The chairman of the this Prachar Samiti, Mr. Jakhar, he is doing his job, so everybody is
all right. Everybody is doing their job. But let me place this question to Raghav Chadda as well of the Aam Aadmi Party, who's also with us. Raghav, why hasn't the Aam Aadmi Party announced a chief ministerial face? Surely that's something important, given that personalities have such an impact in our elections.
No, of course, Vishnu, it is certainly important. I can hear my echo. If you could kindly get that corrected.
We'll fix it.
Right. So, of course, the announcement is very, very critical. But what is even more critical is the timing of the announcement. So, this very morning, when the Honorable Chief Minister visited the capital of Punjab, Chandigarh, from where I am doing this live with you, he spoke to the media, he briefed the media, and he said that within a span of 1 week, we are going to announce Aam Aadmi Party's chief ministerial candidate. And so very soon,
who could the potential candidates be? In the Congress, we know the two faces who could be, most likely. In your party, who could it be? Am I looking at one of them, for example?
No, you are certainly not looking at one of them. This will have, I am not willing to dive deep into this process of elimination. It is for my party to decide, and we will very soon announce one.
All right.
I can certainly tell you that the only party that I feel that is going to announce a chief ministerial face, a chief ministerial candidate in the 2022 Punjab elections is going to be the Aam Aadmi Party. Shiromani Akali Dal has not announced one. Congress doesn't seem to be in any state to take a call, to take a decision on this particular issue. So I think the only party that is going to
actually quite interesting.
is the Aam Aadmi Party.
Manjit Raiji, would you agree that your party is not going to be announcing a chief ministerial face anytime early? That you're going to fight these elections as in other states on the face of Narendra Modi? Is that your party strategy?
Yes, of course. विष्णु जी ऐसे है कि हमारी पार्टी का सिस्टम तो ऐसा रहता है कि हम कहीं अनाउंस करते हैं, कहीं नहीं करते हैं, और पंजाब में भी अभी हम ऐसा कोई कैंडिडेट सीएम फेस अनाउंस करने वाले नहीं हैं। तो बाकी मैं अपना कांग्रेस पार्टी के बारे में कहना चाहता हूं कि वो उनके जो ओवर एम्बिशियस हैं, वो विधायक या दूसरी इलेक्शन लड़ने के बजाय सिद्धू और उनके मन की महत्व आकांक्षा है कि वो हर समय सीएमशिप कहते रहते हैं। पहले उन्होंने कैप्टन अमरिंदर सिंह को निकालने का, हाईकमांड को बोल के निकालने का काम किया कि शायद मेरा दाव लग जाए, सीएम बन जाऊं जी। वो ऐसे अब चन्नी है ना, वो आपस में कह रहे हैं, वो कुछ कह रहे हैं, वो कुछ कह रहे हैं।
तो मतलब पर्सनल एम्बिशन के लिए लीडरशिप का सवाल कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए central hai. Smita, let me ask you this. Manish Tiwari made an interesting tweet today. He says, and I quote, Punjab needs serious people whose politics are not social engineering, entertainment freebies, and not regime favorites rejected by people in successive elections. How does this help the cause of the Congress, whichever side that he may support? Which isn't much of a surprise, of course.
Yeah, I really don't know which way Manish Tiwari is hinting, but looking at Raghav Chadha grinning from year to year, I think the only party looking confident of winning seems to be the Aam Aadmi Party. The Congress looks like a house divided, as you pointed out. The Akalis look helpless and have no steam. The BJP is not really a player, and they're pretending to be one via Captain Amrinder Singh or Manish Tiwari's tweets. I think Captain Amrinder Singh left it till too late to chart out a new path. But I think the unsightly drama that one is seeing, which you referred to, between Chief Minister Channi and Navjot Sidhu, it's confusing the electorate, because Sidhu rolls out this Punjab model and there's no sign of Channi or Jhakar present, and the banner at the back just has Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi and Sidhu himself. And it seems very clear, because of these bombastic statements that Mr. Sidhu is making, that he will brook nobody other than himself as Chief Minister. And will the Congress party now risk setting aside a Dalit Chief Minister? Because, you know, you might turn around and say that, oh, he's a nice guy and he's delivered in those few months, given a kind of stability to the party. But the fact is that, you know, he will look like a night watchman who you've got rid of in the event of Congress party winning. So the past 6 months of, you know, this farmers drama and things like that happened, farmers agitation, which the Congress tried to front it with Rahul Gandhi climbing onto the tractor and things, and Amrinder Singh asking the farmers to move from Punjab and do the demo on the borders. So it looked like Congress party was going to reap the political benefits of this farmers agitation, but that didn't happen. They lost focus. They were taking on the BJP. But what actually happened was Aam Aadmi Party, sitting on the sides, has reaped the political benefits of this farmers agitation.
Mr. Sapra, isn't it strange that Navjot Sidhu would launch a Punjab model even before the Congress party announces its election manifesto?
No, see, I don't think so. There's a manifesto committee under Mr. Pratap Bajwa, and they all are figuring out the major pointers in that, and probably it will be announced soon. And as far as Smita Prakashji was talking about Aam Aadmi Party, let me also remind you that in the last election, Aam Aadmi Party, you know, they had a slogan, Ki Sara Punjab Kejriwal de Naal. And what happened? Only 20 seats. And out of those 20 seats, also 5 they shifted towards Congress party. They could not hold their flock together. And the freebies, the kind of freebies which Kejriwal is announcing, that's like a hollow bamboo. Like, bahar se majboot aur andar se khokla.
No, but Mr. Sapra, do you not see the Aam Aadmi Party as your main challenge in Punjab?
No. We don't think so. It's going to the same.
So you
scenario.
see the BJP Shiromani Akali Dal as your primary challenge. That's an important statement, sir. Is that true?
Let me complete it. Same
May I,
scenario
Vishnu,
is
may I?
repeated. You know why? Because Kejriwal, who says that he will expose Akali Dal, he is an apologist. He has apologized to Vikram Majithia. So an apologist, a proven liar, cannot find trust in people of Punjab.
Okay,
now.
no, I'm just asking you who you see as who does the Congress see as its major rival or challenge in Punjab? Is it the Aam Aadmi Party or is it the BJP SAD?
Let's see, the time
It's
will
the
tell.
Congress
We
itself.
are doing our job. Our government, our leaders have worked for the people of Punjab.
You
They
aren't
have worked
answering that question, sir.
for promises which were given to the Punjab. And now the election strategy.
I'd like to take that, Vishnu.
Okay, Raghav, go ahead. You respond to that.
May I answer that? May I answer that for my colleague from the Congress? The Congress party's principal challenger is Congress itself. They have no Aam Aadmi Party doesn't pose a challenge to them. It's the Congress party in Punjab that poses a challenge to the Congress party in Punjab. You need to understand, Congress in Punjab is essentially a fight club where this very ugly WrestleMania is going on. Charanjit Singh Channi fights with Sukhi Randhawa. Sukhi Randhawa fights with Bharat Bhushan Ashu. Bharat Bhushan Ashu fights with Manpreet Badal. Manpreet Badal fights with Raja Varing. Raja Varing fights with Manish Tiwari. Manish Tiwari fights with Pratap Bajwa. Pratap Bajwa fights with O.P. Saini. O.P. Saini fights with Navjot Singh Sidhu. And Navjot Singh Sidhu literally fights with everyone. So essentially, it's a WrestleMania.
Charanjit ji, I'll just come to you next.
And therefore, Congress is its own challenger. And I don't know how the
Singh ji, what he's saying is right. I mean, from what we are told, everyone's fighting with everybody. All of those equations are so strained. So is your worst enemy in Punjab the Congress party itself?
No, he should also, when he's pointing a finger towards Congress, there are three fingers pointing towards himself also. He needs to remember that his 3-member parliaments, they fought with Kejriwal and they left away.
Half a second, Raghav. Go ahead, Mr. Sapra. Yeah.
Where is Bhagwant Mann going to go?
All right, Raghav, go ahead. Respond.
Right. So, well, I certainly accept this criticism, Vishnu, that yes, a handful of our MLAs defected. I accept. That's fine. They may have defected for various reasons. One of the major reasons was that they were not being repeated in the year 2022. But the Congress party, it's a bit rich coming from the Congress party. The Congress party's own chief minister defected. The captain of the ship defected and formed his own outfit. So the Congress party is, of course, in a state of disarray. And they certainly don't pose a challenge. The fact is, Vishnu, and I've been touring the state for almost 1 year now, people of Punjab are yearning for change. Since the year 1966,
all right, people of Punjab are yearning for change. I'm running short on time over here. I want to go across to Smita Prakash for one final question. When it comes to Navjot Singh Sidhu, it's almost as if in his own mind, it's a done deal as far as he is concerned. He is the chief ministerial candidate. Is that based on certain assurances which have been given to him?
Well, it could be, yes, Vishnu. He knows what his conversations with the Gandhi family have been. But it's also, I think, he keeps thinking that, if he believes in something strong enough, that is going to come true. But with Mr. Sapra pointing out about the earlier elections, Vishnu, it is true that most of us who toured in 2017 really felt that, what Raghav is saying today, that Punjab is yearning for a change, that there were many parts of Punjab which were talking about wanting a change. But surprisingly, when it actually came to vote, people who thought that the Shiromani Akali Dal will not do all that well did extremely well, much more than that. In fact, in Sukhbir Singh Badal's constituency, his office also hadn't opened till 2 days before, and there was in that backdrop of that demonetization fiasco that the elections were taking place. So, totally unpredictable result came out. So today when Aam Aadmi Party says that people are yearning for a change. Yes, the opinion polls do seem to indicate that people are yearning for a change. But then Sidhu seems so confident. So one really wonders if that confidence is all that empty in content. It is possible that the Congress has something up its sleeve.
All right, but we'll see what finally happens. I'd like to thank you all very much for joining us.